Anyway, DJ Moore uploaded some good info on temperatures and stuff like that. So I want to clarify what I mean, or what I meant the times that I mentioned a cold trap. Let's talk about the cold air coming down. Yes, that's well known. It's well known, but there's a big difference here, and I want to point it out that the distances are not as vast as you think. That people think they're looking at the Himalayas. Well, from the cell phone mine up here, even if you went up all the way to the top of Sheep Peak, that's, let's say, 1.5 miles. That's 1.5 miles. And this area is all chopped up. So the cold air theory, there was no snow. You see the snow here? That's Google Earth. There was no snow. It was the end of summer. And the cold was approaching. So the mechanism isn't there as much as it would be, for instance, like we all know that you're in the farmhouse down in the valley and the mountains are looming up 20 miles off in the distance, that these tributaries can flow down cold air. Where you would most likely experience that would be here. Well, I experienced none of that. I really didn't. I went up at night. Now, the first time I went up was a couple weeks earlier, and so 2 weeks later it was further into things warming up. But I didn't experience any cold air. It was baked desert. I was sweating and the whole bit. The first time I went up, I did get up here and practically froze to death, but that was because of high-speed winds. Coming up here, and cold air up there. And also when I was down at my vehicle, the inside temperatures inside would have got to well over 100, and hiking up it was probably over 80. But I didn't experience any cold air coming down here and blasting me. No, as I got up here and I got cold air from the winds. So that's another thing, that with winds that occurred at the time, which I don't know how to research it, that with any winds at all, which it is windy up here, you look at all the videos, they're always windy, that would disrupt the cold air, like on a cool fall night and you're down in a farmhouse way down here and everything is calm and silent, and you get up in the morning and the cold air is there and everything is frozen. That's different. There could have been winds, there could have been anything, but cold air does flow down through the canyons. But there was no snow up there. There was no feeder. There was no feeder of cold air, especially up at the top of the mountains, where this distance from here to here is max 1.5 miles. So the point is, as it relates to finding the remains, that he said, and others, I don't know if others say, but he said the odds are that he went up above to camp up in the heat, and he wouldn't have camped down here. Well, I say he most certainly would have. But he could have went up here and up into a cold trap, where not like he's going to go up here and, oh, I've been caught in a trap. I'm dying. I'm freezing to death. I'm going to lay here and die. That's not what I mean. A cold trap means that you go up and, the sun goes down and there are no clouds, especially if there was no clouds. That would be critically important, because then you have the radiant heat leaving and the mist starts to form. You're laying there, you feel damp, wet, and by the days then, it would have been dark by, let's say 7. Let's say 7. Okay, so now he's going to go up here and what? Spend the night where he did before? Well, that might have drawn him up there. It might have drawn him up there. But on that night, there is no way that he was going to sit there and lay there for like 14 hours. No, you can't do it unless you're trying to win a contest, have a tent, sleeping bag, all kinds of crap, and the odds are he probably couldn't have made a fire. He couldn't have made a fire. Non-smoker, no lighter, no planning, no nothing. The chances are he couldn't have even made a fire. And even then, a person wouldn't do that if you're freezing to death. That at night, as he realized, okay, this is too goddamn cold, I can't find my cell phone. I don't know what time it is, but I've got like 10 hours to go. Then the question would be, why wouldn't he have worked back down if it was life or death? Why wouldn't he have worked back down this same ridge? Because he said he had done it before. I spent the night up there and worked down. I could hardly make it back. So you don't know what the guy did. I don't know. I wasn't there. The other key thing is, okay, everyone has been up here, and they haven't found him. Everyone has been here, they haven't found him. They've been here, here, and they haven't found him. And so there is no other choice but to look at other scenarios that he could have went up here and tried to work down at night. So it wouldn't be like he's going to freeze to death. It would be that hiking at night, suppose batteries got low. He didn't plan. What if those batteries got low and he caught himself in here without light? In other words, secondary risks and falls that occur while working down from cold, or in some cases it could be heat, a heat trap, where people go down in the early morning and then it turns out they can't get back up in the heat of the day. That's a heat trap. That doesn't mean they sit down at the river and burn alive in the heat. No. But then they try to work up and then they die in the heat. But anyway, that's the point, that with everyone having been up there running around, that you have to start looking at, okay, if he's not here, he's not there, he's not here, he's not there. People have been all over up here, by the way, running all over the place and looking. Well, if he's not there, the best thing to do is look where has not been searched. And that if he got cold, he could have worked down. He could be here. Now let me address this. This is a bigger area than what you think it is. I went up cross country through the stickers and bramble bushes and cactuses, and suppose that he was working down. He could be laying right here. He could be laying here or something. Don't think everyone has went up, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there, I'm going to go here. No. But anyway, that's my point. But it was good information on the temperatures. Now, at first I thought he had said 52, 53 in town. It turns out it was 70. 70 is room temperature. And that up here, even in the maximum heat of the day, while he's collecting pine nuts, that's 50. That would have been 50. 50 is pretty chilly, pretty cold, let alone if he was in wind, let alone at night. So if it was 50 in town in the night, he would be well up in, not necessarily killing temperatures, but where he would have done stuff possibly that ended up in a accident working down at night, something like that. Brother, I didn't think this one was going to get to 10 minutes.